Go ahead.
As you can tell from the it's kind of sad music that I'm sure Aaron and/or Rae is going to put at the front of the show, this is a special episode of the Black Astronauts podcast. Oh, no, we're not reviewing anything, are we?
No,
it's just a room.
It's just a room.
We're going to review some trailers. But yes, this is the Black Astronauts podcast, and I'm your host, Feeq Blurman, and I'm turning down Thursday Night Football so that doesn't pop up on the background. And I want to let you know this is an adult podcast. You have to be over the age of 18 to listen. And the Rune episodes, and we haven't done a Rune in so long, I'm just used to saying Rune reviews.
Because we used to review a lot of shit.
Right. ain't been nothing hot. I mean, the summer ended, the shows ended. Anyway, the Rune episodes, Rune stands for Random Untitled Nerd Episode, where we get to kind of sit back and, get abreast and update everybody on what's going on in the gaming, comic, movie, whatever sphere of the world, things that all of us are highly interested in. We know a lot of y'all are, so we bring it to you along with everything else. But first, I want to make sure I shout out our Patreon patrons and explain to you, who we are, why we're here, and how we got here. So, number one, you can find us on Twitter at Black Astronauts Podcast 1. Our email is blackastronics@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Look for the Black Astronaut Podcast Network. It has to have network behind it. We have over 500 members. We have a lot of things going on there. But if you join just the Black Astronauts page on Facebook, you're not going to see as much activity. Our Patreon is www.patreon.com/Black Astronauts. We have 3 levels of patronage that we utilize right now. The $10 level gets you access to fireside chats and bonus content, such as our Insecure recaps. We have retro reviews coming up soon after we finish this Blackatology project, which I guess by the time this comes out, they'll know about Blackatology, correct?
No.
Yep.
Probably. Maybe. If
Maybe.
you check the Facebook group, you'll probably know. I don't know. As well as a shout out, of course. The B tier, $5, gets you a shout out on all shows, plus access to Black Astronauts Podcast archives. I just want to point out that this show is 5 years old now, Aaron?
Yep. Well, going on 6
years old. We had a whole other lineup. If you want to hear, how we was feeling when Trayvon Martin case happened, if you want to hear how we was feeling when Obama got reelected, if you want to hear how we're feeling during a lot of those seminal big moments over the last couple of years.
Want to hear about us having kids?
Want to hear about us having kids? Yeah, because when we started the show, none of us had kids. Yeah. And now I think Rock, a former member, has the oldest. His daughter's going on 5.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff that we had a whole other set of side shows. Side shows probably the wrong way to describe Ladies Launch, but you get the point.
Yeah, don't describe the Ladies Launch.
It's a side show. That's not effective use of language there. Anyway, but yeah, you get access to all of that. We're talking about thousands of hours of entertainment for $5 a month. And then the $3 to $5 level is just a shout out on the main page. And we always appreciate you for that. Even if you don't get everything, we still appreciate your patronage. So let me get down to these names that are not on this particular doc. So there we go. Here it is. All right.
Read them like you love the people.
Yeah, don't read them like you hate the people, because you read them like you hate the people.
Read the people. Read them like they give us money.
Read them like somebody just gave you $5.
Peter H, Ken H, Pasto Chene, Felt 5, Robbie R, Deloya, Sadita H,
Slow down,
Shlonda W, Wanga, Cameron B, Mr. Brent. Huh?
No, I was ad-libbing. Go ahead. Continue.
Simo, Ashley G, Chonilla, Knowledge, Dre, The Greatness That Is MJ, Donald, Ophelia Ono, Teddy Funk, Charlie Snowflake, Angela D, Nikki M, Anita P. Ness, Shadrack C, Shauna E, Ariana, Jordan H. Excuse me. Sorry, the Jordan one always gets you choked up. Pam M and Monty M. So we appreciate all of you for helping us get closer to Aaron wears an Ewok costume, which will, if you didn't hear yet, I believe it's on the last main show. We've just changed it, so as soon as we hit $500, Aaron has to wear Ewok costume, and that's pretty much it. So,
yeah, you believe, and that's the reason I'm taking 2 months off the show. Putting that out there. Yeah. We can hear you, Ceewhy, but you're coming in real low.
Anyway,
and now he's not here at all.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh man, no.
Nigga, it sounds like you were tuning in from space.
You sound like, the voices in somebody's head. And I'm like, I don't hear that. Nah, bro.
No, whatever you just said, no.
It's funny, though. It's kind of funny to hear because, like, I'm sure you're saying words, but it just sounds like,
It sounds like you in the phone tap video. You got your phone tapped.
I think we're gonna edit all that out, and we're gonna start.
Keep it in.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to say, come from the nigga who don't never edit nothing.
I edit stuff all the time.
Okay, so you can edit this.
Okay, I will edit this.
Awesome.
Rae.
You don't know my last name.
Who lives in Austin, Texas.
This is what I do know.
Into the just right into the room. We had in the last 2-3 weeks, we had a bunch of big time trailers drop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start. I kind of want to start with the biggest problems before we gush over Black Panther and Star Wars. I didn't peep this Punisher trailer. I missed that. I had a blind out of that one.
There it goes. Let's see why right there.
Hear me? You can hear me?
You sound good.
And you sound back to the
well,
great
before we
quality.
do that, Feeq, don't you want to introduce us on the show and all that stuff?
I thought we didn't do that on the room.
You still say who's on the show.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. So we go around the room real quick while I watch this Punisher trailer. Everybody go ahead and introduce yourself. I guess we'll start with the person who just finally made it, Ceewhy.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ceewhy. I am super excited for that Punisher, man, bro. Like, I don't know if we've ever gotten this much of an in-depth look into Punisher's beginning that wasn't out of a comic book. Like, they never have gone here visually. So I'm amped about this. And I know every big black dude I'm gonna see on screen for a while, I'm gonna think that's Barracuda, but I don't even know if they're gonna bring Barracuda out. That's gonna be too much.
Yeah, I think they might actually see why.
I'm not familiar with Barracuda. I didn't really fuck with Punisher until you know what? We're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah, you can find me at CEEWHY612. Happy to be here.
Indeed. Next we'll go to Rae.
Hey guys, it's me, Rae. What have I been up to? Nigga, Doll Destiny, everything. I'm so excited to talk about that. Yeah, anyway, you want to find me? You can find me all over the internet at ThisZetasAJerk.
Indeed. And a semi-special guest because he's technically on vacation. But Aaron B., what's going on, man?
What's good with you, man? Loving the fact that this is my last show for a little bit. Is the fact that I get to do some nerdy shit with some of my favorite nerds and Rae.
Have we not given? Come on now, y'all. Y'all got to give Rae her. She's in. In fact, I think like Lloydia called her a nerd earlier today in the chat, and I kind of felt bad. I was like, I felt remorse. I felt offended that Lloydia came at one of my nerds like, maybe it was CJ. And that's how I know that Ray's officially a nerd, because like normally other people call each other nerds, and I don't think they're nerds. I'm like, sorry.
Right. Your hazing ain't real. Like, you ain't been through.
She called me a nerd.
Maybe it was CJ.
Teddy did. Teddy called
No,
you
there
a nerd.
was one time where I was talking to CJ and Teddy, and like I was asking if they was going to Dragon Con, and then CJ was like, well, I don't know if Teddy's gonna be there and all the other stuff, and I'm like, well, I'll be there, CJ. And CJ was like, well, I was like, hey, I'm cool. Don't do that.
I was in class, right? I'm sorry, I can't do the CJ impression.
So yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to talking about all this nerd shit. So let's get into it.
Yeah, so they just pulled out the freaking what's the name of this Metallica track on the Punisher? Oh my god.
Feek, how
It's not
about you
Enter the
introduce
Sandman.
yourself and tell people where they
One.
can find you all over
One.
the internet?
I'm doing good. This is Feek Blurman. I had a fucked up day at work today, so I'm looking forward to the show. Get my energy back realigned. The drum solo and guitar solo from One while watching the Punisher shoot shit is a good way to start.
Yeah, bro.
So
So
yeah. So with that in mind, I guess let's jump right into. I guess it makes sense to go with the Punisher then, since I just brought it up. And since we kind of snuck a little bit of it in a second ago, Ceewhy, why don't you pick back up where you were just at?
Well, like I said, this is the first time I feel like we're getting a real in-depth look at Frank Castle on screen before we get to see the Punisher. It looks like there's the first part of this series, this whole first season is gonna be at least 70 to 80% about Frank and how he came to be, and then they're gonna weave him in to the Daredevil story. It seems like because old girl pops up. What's her name? Hey, I know you know her name.
Which one? Oh, Karen Page.
There you go, Karen Page, because she pops up for you. So it's got all that's happening in the first season. It looks gritty. It's gonna be really gritty. I mean, like probably on the level of Jessica Jones, just like kind of towing the line, hard to watch type shit. And
Yeah.
it's sick, but I'm excited.
Yep. I'm in the same space. Go ahead.
I'm nervous, dog. Like,
About
and I'm not nervous about the quality of the programming. I don't know if I can deal with like Punisher is dark. Like, like dealing with the Punisher is like some uncharted territory for Netflix. Like, this is my thing. Having Punisher in Daredevil lightens him up because of Daredevil's code. Ain't no code with the Punisher. Like it is.
Again, Jessica Jones is pretty damn dark too.
Let me tell you this though, Feek, you seen Berserk, right?
So I fucked with like I don't know the first 7 or 8 episodes where I was like I can't.
So the first Berserk, the three, so they how they take my sweep them up to a movie. First 3 movies of Berserk are on Netflix. My nigga is so graphic, crazy.
Oh,
I
you
was-
talking about the
CY?
movies? I never watched the movies.
Is
I only watched
CY
the
going
anime.
in and out on anybody else's recording or
Yeah,
just
he
mine?
is for me, but I just kind of.
See why you're going in and out.
How about now?
There
Better.
you go.
That's better. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Oh, nope, you're going back in and out again.
Damn, I gotta be right.
Mm.
Shit. All right, I'll just stay right up on it as long as I'm not too loud. But-
Yep, straight enough.
Shut up. Yeah.
So
So it's definitely gonna be graphic. It's gonna be gory. Netflix is making that move. I'm kind of excited to see what happens with Stranger Things, because Netflix is trying to be the new HBO. So they're like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. And shows that might end up having a nice twist to them, becoming a little bit more adult in content, not with like sexual hatred, but just in like visual shit. So like I said, I'm really looking forward to the Punisher.
What about you, Ray? You looking forward to the Punisher?
I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I honestly don't know very much about the Punisher. I'm just gonna wait for Chris and them over at movie trailer reviews to do the rundown on the Punisher.
Yeah, I think they actually did one here recently. It
I'm gonna
hasn't come out.
I'm gonna have to look. I'm like way behind in my podcast. I have a bunch to listen to, but what Feet?
I was about to say the Punisher's background is relatively simple,
Mm-hmm.
depending on which continuity you pick. Like I know at some point in time, he
Hey,
was
hey,
hunting
nerd.
ghosts. I'm sorry.
You're about
Depending
to
on
do
which version of Punisher, because some of them get weird because he is a comic book, but for the most part, every Punisher is family gets killed, niggas got to die. Kingpin pops up.
I mean, that's fine, but as far as like you guys like, oh, the Punisher's dark and he's in it, I don't know anything about any of that. So like, I watched the trailer and if I was watching the trailer, I was just like, yeah, if I saw that, I would watch it. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'll
Right.
catch that when it's on. Or if the trailer came on when I cut on my Netflix on the Xbox and I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch that. So at the very least, it looks interesting. I don't think I'm as excited about it as you guys are because I don't really know much about it, but I'm down to see it.
Yeah.
I personally hope they don't. So it's 2 things I caught from the trailer, and then just one thing in general with the Punisher. One, I hope they don't heroize him too tough. The Punisher was never a hero character.
He is the
He has been at times, but for the most part,
he is the embodiment of an anti-hero, dog.
yeah.
Man,
there's a great moment in I think it was Infinite Crisis. Not Infinite Crisis, that's fucking DC. What am I thinking of?
You're talking about the Civil War one.
Civil War, where there's like a huge problem that everybody in the world has to face. So I think Captain America brings together. This is not that nerdy, y'all. Just chill me for a second. Captain America brings together his whole team, just like in the movie, of like people he needs to help solve this problem. And Punisher is included, and two of the people on the team happen to be villains. Then when they have their first meeting,
he's not gone.
Captain America does his speech. Punisher shoots both the motherfuckers in the head, then walks off, and it's like, all right, I'm done.
I came.
So,
and then later on in the series, the Punisher's like, I can help, and they're like, nah, we don't want your help, dog. Thank you for saving this dude, but nah, we don't need your help. Thank you.
Punisher tries to kill Spider-Man a couple times.
The only time Punisher is a hero is when the person he has to kill, like, is, I don't know, just bad to everybody. If it aligns with his purposes, then he'll kill him, and then he'll seem like a hero. But he's not. He's just doing what he is.
Well, my favorite. I really love the Punisher movie, the second one, because I think we saw that together, didn't we? Ceewhy?
Yeah.
Didn't I see that? Yeah. That was like one of the last flicks we saw in theaters before undergrad ended. Yeah. And I love that movie because they played the movie as a horror movie with the Punisher being the killer. It was one of the most unique movie experiences, like, of everything I've seen. It wasn't great, of course, but it was still
the Thomas Jane version of the Punisher.
No, I'm talking about the one after that with
Warzone.
Warzone, yeah.
Warzone was that shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was over the top. It was campy, and he was fucking Jason with guns.
Well, that's basically what he is to the mob.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
That perspective of the movie was shot from was kind of from their perspective, watching this motherfucker come in the building and kill all their homies.
Right. When he shot dude in the face, short range with the sawed-off shotgun, for like no reason. He was like leaving. He like picked. I don't know if he picked up a kid or like a bag, and he like, oh yeah, my bag. Shot dude in the face, slow motion blood splatter, big hole in his head.
Now Netflix ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah, I hope they don't. But
what I'm hoping for, and then hopefully we can push on. What I'm hoping for is that they take that version of the stalking, because there definitely needs to be that, because he is a hitman, he's a killer. So, and one of the things about the comic books is he's methodical. Like, no one gets away. When he figures out where you're at, you're done. Like, he makes sure he has the right ammo. He makes sure he has all the exits covered. There's no way that you're getting away. If you do, you never see him coming. So they have to have that stalking element in there to make it feel authentic. So I'm hoping that they have that. My favorite Punisher was the first one. I'm coming to find out very few people have seen that movie.
No, it wasn't very popular. I didn't hate the movie, but that was based off of was that Marvel Max? Aaron, quick nerd aside. Okay, yeah. That version of the Punisher was supposed to be way more fucked up and way more wild.
Like the 90s. And for the 90s, lived in the sewer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he barely spoke throughout the movie. Everybody got it bad, bloody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would do that type of Punisher now, that'd be perfect. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Nah, we're not getting that.
Nah.
But we're gonna get a mix.
All right. We gotta move on to
so let's go from some good shit down to the bottom and get this bottom shit out the way, because I don't even have a lot of hate for Justice League. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about the New Mutants. Let's talk about the New Mutants. And can I just go first? Because this hurts. So on one level, I get saying New Mutants is a younger team. All right, so let's back up a little bit. The New Mutants is kind of like the baby X-Men, right? And so they're younger. And they've always been played more for a younger crowd. There's a little more teen angst, you know what I'm saying? A lot less going up against Magneto and the big dogs and the the Marvel X-Men world. So I
kill him.
Right. But they turned it into a asylum horror movie. And it's still PG-13.
Which sounds very whack.
Yeah, any horror themed movie that's PG-13 is gonna be ass. So
it's so bad. I'm getting emotional.
18-year-olds. Okay, thanks.
Not
Yeah.
everybody feels that way though. Ray said she was looking forward to it, right?
I'm looking
Like,
forward to the idea of a horror aspect, but I didn't realize it was going to be PG-13. I don't believe in anything that's horror being PG-13.
I mean, let me double check, but I just can't imagine they making this not PG-13.
not a hard.
But if it isn't PG-13 and they are kind of going with the horror aspect as a person who's a big horror movie fan, um, I would be excited to see a couple of, just to see a universe go into more of like a scary type of feel, because I feel like that would give the opportunity for us to see the mutants use their powers in different ways instead of it being kind of like a, save the world, fight the bad guy kind of aspect. It's more of a save myself, kill this nigga aspect. And I would be excited for something like that. So, I mean, and then the other thing is that I didn't read the comic books or anything like that. So I don't have the connection that you guys have to it. But then also, like, I've been done with I've been done with X-Men since Halle Berry had that weak ass accent in the first one.
Right.
So,
And not the second one.
And then not the second
She
one.
was just Halle Berry from the block.
Right. And so for me, I mean, then we won't even get started. But like, I haven't watched any of the X-Men. I think I saw First Class like randomly once.
First Class is good. I like
First
First
Class is good.
I didn't like First Class because how the fuck is Darwin able to adapt to any and everything, but he gets snuck.
Stop it. That is my one of my 1, 2, or 3 hangups.
I'm Carly Kloss, and I
1,
just
2, or
created
3
my
hangups.
Wow.
site.
Go to Wix.com to
Wow.
create your stunning website today.
Who is saying something?
Death has invaded us.
Is that me making all that
That
noise?
is you.
Are y'all hearing that?
That is
No,
you.
I didn't know y'all could hear that.
Oh.
I was trying to watch this Doctor Strange Thor Ragnarok. My bad. I didn't know y'all could hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I would be interested to. I don't have the connection with it. I haven't watched X-Men like on purpose in years. So, I mean, if it's good, it's gonna be good, and it could be something that's standalone. But if it is PG-13, it's gonna automatically suck ass because nothing that's PG-13 can be scary.
I mean, it might not be a bad movie to watch, just like Logan, right? Logan
Didn't
was
watch
a
that
great
either.
fucking movie, but and Aaron had to fight me, and I had to concede it wasn't really a good superhero movie, despite the fact that it was a great movie. But at least Logan, in context and out of context for the character, worked for the source material.
Mm-hmm.
If I caught Logan, if I was just laying on the couch and Logan popped on and it was the first time I seen it, I'd have been pissed that I didn't go see it in the theater. But I went and saw it in the theater, and I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
Right.
And I feel like this is probably going to be that too. Like, I'm in between, because it's like Ray said, nothing PG-13 is scary. Really hasn't been since like the 80s. So, yeah.
I'll before we move on, I'll say my piece. Look, man, you know how I feel about the X-Men. Like, the X-Men is my franchise. Like, the X-Men are my comic book characters. Is what I grew up on. Like, Chris Claremont, like the X-Men with the buckles and 18,000 patches.
Right. Jim Lee's run.
Jim Lee. Like, I grew up on that, and this is not that. And I just can't get behind this, man. I don't think it's going to be very good.
They could have did the Morlocks. Like, this could have easily been the Morlocks.
Yeah.
Or the Hellfire Club, who they already introduced.
Yeah, they could have been.
They want to do a horror movie,
but they didn't. So we're
Here
gonna
we
move
are.
on. But
This is Fox owns or used to own Fantastic Four too, right?
still own Fantastic.
They
Four.
still own Fantastic Four. So this is
Let's not go down the Fantastic Four rabbit hole.
it's fine. It's
All
fine.
right.
Can somebody just take over for a second? I just need a
First trailer.
moment.
So what's the trailer after this, Feek?
That's it. Oh, Justice League. Let's do Justice League.
Yeah, let's do Justice League. I'll get mine out the way early. Look, man, it's what you expect. Like, at this point with DC and Warner Brothers, they're not gonna change immediately. Like, I believe the movie is gonna be a shit show.
It is. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
It's gonna be bad, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, at this point, I saw the homie Chris from Movie Trailer Review said something. He was basically like, "Look, just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, man. Either it's gonna be but
You broke
not-
up there. It's either gonna be what?
either it's gonna hurt." Man,
Wait,
That sounds
you're
like
you're
you're farting.
roboting.
Yeah.
Farting.
Huh?
Robot farts, buddy. Robot farts.
or somebody else take over. And
I think he's about to say something along the lines of either it's gonna be, either it's gonna hurt or it's gonna heal. I don't know. That sounds good.
I'm gonna go ahead and vote hurt. I don't think that it's gonna be like a complete like garbage fire, but
I don't know.
I don't think that it's gonna be that great. Like I felt because I was watching the trailer a little bit earlier today, and even like the moments where they kind of show like, oh, and there's gonna be humor. Like for example, when Batman turns towards Aquaman, it's like, I'm not the one who brought a pitchfork. Like I was just kind of like, you know, I want to have faith because my baby daddy is in it. Jason Momoa.
Who's your baby daddy?
Jason
Momoa.
Momoa. And I just
Keeps
want,
it wet.
huh?
Get 'em out.
Yes, he does.
He is Aquaman.
Yeah.
I should make shirts.
But and I want it to be good because I like the direction that they're going with Aquaman. I really just my biggest thing is that I want it to be great because they did well with Wonder Woman, and they have the opportunity to really make something great out of Aquaman, and I feel like they have this opportunity now to be able to put together this halfway decent movie that can branch off into other better movies. But if this is a flop, and I don't think it's going to flop in the box office. I think that it's going to do pretty well. But if they don't do anything to make this movie better, then I don't see how they're going to be able to make subsequent movies better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
that's exactly what the problem was with Batman versus Superman. Is that Batman versus Superman pretty much guaranteed that this is also going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so
that's the
because I don't think that I'm going to get many of the things that I want to get with Aquaman. Like I understand that they can't make Aquaman like full on Pacific Islander, they can't go as hard with him as I would prefer to see it. But I just feel like they're underusing the fact that they do have Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I feel like they're going to try and I feel like they're going to try and inject elements from Marvel's formula into a universe where those aspects don't fit.
Yeah. Well, so and this gives me a chance to say I told you so to Ceewhy and Aaron if Aaron came back on.
Yeah, I heard you.
If they would have see it would fit if they would have followed Marvel's formula from jump, but they didn't. They decided they wanted to skip. Because here's the biggest reason why I know this is gonna be a clusterfuck. Because I don't know who the fuck Jason Momoa, the Flash's characters, Barry Allen. Well, I don't know what his name is, the actual actor, and
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. Yeah, I'm not feeling him either. And the freaking cyborg who gets maybe 6 seconds of this fucking preview, who they ain't fucking with him. Like we're gonna get nothing. We're gonna get maybe 5 more pieces of exposition beyond the freaking YouTube videos, the Vine videos we got in fucking Batman versus Superman. And that's the best we're gonna get. And it's gonna feel crowded and stupid. And what Marvel did, which is, I remember arguing about this, they gave everybody a whole fucking movie so that by the time Avengers was coming, we were all ready for it. Yeah. We were all hyped for it because we wanted to see how all these characters that we knew were going to come together. Now we're like, man, I hope I can make sense of this.
Well, I just feel like what it's going to turn out to be is it's going to be like Suicide Squad trying to be the Avengers.
Preach.
Yeah.
I feel like that's because when I watched Suicide Squad, I was like, I mean, sure, but who are these niggas? And it's like now you're going to try and make a whole long feature film movie, and we only know 3 of the characters. The character that everybody wants to see the most, Jason Momoa, we're not going to really know much about him unless they're going to really go into that. I completely forgot about Cyborg until you just said something about him.
Shit.
And then they also are not putting they put Superman in this last trailer. It's like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, why did you kill Superman knowing damn well you were making a Justice League movie next?
Did I ever tell y'all what I feel like would have been the perfect plan for how to get this to work? Is if okay, never mind.
No, I'm saying like don't do it what they did. But no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say after a certain point, what they could have done was they could have done a semi-hard reset where they kind of back off of Batman and Superman, because that's been their biggest issue, is that they've been shoving Batman and Superman down everybody's throat for so long. Thank you. So what they should do is like at the end of they could have done kind of like how Marvel did Nick Fury, where he just kind of pops up at the end. They could have kind of done the same thing with Batman. So that would have given the opportunity for you to kind of get a new Batman, bring in all of your characters, and then have the Justice League movie. But instead, they were so gung ho with, no, we're going to stick with this Batman and we're going to stick with the Superman instead of just.
And we're going to put everybody out immediately.
Yeah, they did not want to just say fuck it, we messed up and we're gonna start over. And so now it all feels rushed, and I feel like it's gonna make good money because people are gonna want to go and see the Justice League. And I feel like them continuing to make the money that they are making is gonna stop them from making better movies. I feel like they're just not going to get it together because they don't really have to. Why? When we're damn near printing our own money.
So, well, they are making a lot of money, but they're not hitting their projections. And when you're dealing with these big corporate blah entities, that does end up speaking volumes. Like Batman vs Superman was supposed to get them like $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
It basically broke even.
Damn. Didn't know that.
No, it made maybe about $1 billion.
Altogether, it made close to $1 billion, but it didn't. But that's the thing. It's the Trinity. It is the three biggest comic book characters in the world in a movie at the same time.
Right. And you couldn't beat Iron Man 2. By the way, they clearly biting Iron Man with where they're presenting Cyborg on screen. Just when I saw Cyborg flying, I was like, I don't think Cyborg really flies like that. Who flies? Iron Man flies like that. I see what you guys are doing.
Well, no, Cyborg flies like that, but that's not. I mean, it's neither here nor there. The fact that the CG is atrocious.
Atrocious. It looks like the CW.
Why does the Flash have blue lightning? Like it's stuff like that that just, as a comic book fan, I can't get jiggy with, dog.
No.
Like, ugh.
No. And just like when what was that movie of Valerian? We were arguing about was it Valerian or Valeria?
Valerian.
I didn't see it, so don't ruin it for me because I do still want to see it.
You're fine. Me and A were talking. When I sat down and watched it, right away for some odd reason, I was like, "Oh, this is supposed to be shot like an anime." Okay, that's how I'm gonna receive this movie, and I had a better experience with it. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this looks like cartoon or an anime I would catch on Netflix or some random site, some Justice League movie that I never saw. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a burger and sit down and watch this. Like, that's what this looks like. And they just stuck real characters into shit.
Yeah.
This is so bad. This is
so to palate cleanse.
I'm gonna like. There's parts of it that I'm gonna like, but for the most part, it's just like this.
I feel like we're getting into the player haters ball.
Yeah. I mean, so the palate cleanse before we hit Black Panther. Let's jump into the Star Wars trailer.
Oh man.
Oh, nigga.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited to watch this fucking movie, bruh. I cannot fucking wait.
Who directed this again? It wasn't Abrams again. Who was this?
Ryan Johnson.
What did he do?
That I saw the poster for this, but like yesterday, and I just walked past it. I don't know. I'm not really excited for Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, the one with Forrest Whitaker. I finally sat down and watched it. It took me like 3 different sleepy sessions to watch it, and I'm not still quite clear on what happened.
Are you talking about Rogue One?
You're talking about Rogue One.
Yeah,
Rogue One was dope. I mean, it wasn't as good as and it didn't. Initially, I thought it was really, really, really good, and now I really only put it above maybe the prequels, of course, because the fucking prequels. But it was pretty dope to me. I don't know. Oh, he did Looper. Okay,
yeah, he did Looper.
So the first, then I remember Looper. Looper's first like 45 minutes had me. Wow. I was about to say this is my favorite movie of all time. I'll never forget that shit. And Brick. Okay, I fuck with him. I fuck with this dude hard. Have y'all seen Brick?
Yeah, Brick is dope as fuck too. Like Ryan Johnson brings the dark. Like this shit about to be dark as fuck. Like what going around the room, Ray, what did you think about the trailer?
I feel like I'm as excited as I'm not as big of a Star Wars fan as you, but like I'm excited for it because I feel like they're doing justice to continuing on the Star Wars story. if that makes any sense. Like, they're not bullshitting with the rest of the story. They're not trying to take it in a whole bunch of other crazy directions. They're giving us good stories, good acting, good graphics. Like, I'm excited to go see this in IMAX. I'm considering 3D just because I like to be that person to know, like, I'll spend the extra money just to see, like, if it's worth it in 3D or not, which I feel like Star Wars typically are kind of worth it in 3D sometimes. But I'm just hyped. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting here watching the trailer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely more hype for this.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
hype. This looks dope, and just like Ray was saying, everything is looking linear. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like they're continuing the storyline. Oh, okay. We did the old stuff. Here's new stuff, new characters, new everything. We're not just gonna be pulling Jar Jar Binks out of nowhere. This is a whole.
And they set up a lot of there's a lot of intrigue. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going, like, where's
beginning of
Finn coming from?
You know
what's really good with Luke and freaking what's the girl's name?
Rae.
Mm-hmm. Like, what is Rae really all about? Like, Luke clearly not.
I said, huh? Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Nerd. That's how you know you've crossed over. That is a joke that only anyway. Yeah, man. I want to see where they go with it. I hope this. It could probably go left a little bit, but I'm willing to follow for a minute.
I got a couple hot takes before we move on. I really think that this is the beginning of a villain story for Rae. I know a lot of people are on that train, but I just see some stuff that leads me to believe that we were watching the beginning in The Force Awakens of the villain story. And I really think that the story will be about Finn and Kylo, and with Rae being the villain. Like, I know I'm reaching, but I really think that Finn is going to have a way bigger part in this, and I think that he's going to be really important to the story going forward. Even though they said that he's not a Jedi, I'm not 100% sure of that.
I'm pretty sure he's not a Jedi, but it is dope. It is. I do want, and that was a moment in the preview because I haven't watched it since.
That's what got me. That come on when
yeah,
dog.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting.
So let's get to it. Let's get to it.
But here's what we've been waiting for. Here's what we're waiting for, y'all. The fucking Black Panther preview. I don't really want to start this one off. It's too much pressure. Who wants to take?
I'll start it off.
I'm about to watch
Nigga.
I mean, well, how many people can we get a couple special screenings of Black people only? Because I kind of don't want to go see this for no white people, dog. Like,
I don't either.
I don't know. I'm definitely going into the depths of the hood to go and see it because I feel like it was the same kind of experience. I want the same kind of experience that I got when I went to go see Power Rangers and it was like all a bunch of people who were born in the 90s, or when I went to go see Girls Trip and it was a theater full of Black women. Like, I need to be in a theater with people who are going to appreciate this movie as much as I'm going to appreciate this movie. I don't want to hear any scoffs. I don't hear any eye rolling. I don't want to hear shit. But niggatry during the whole movie. And I feel like I can only get that with an all black crowd around me.
Oh, listen to the cast. Forrest Whitaker.
We've done this.
I mean, it's just like it's the Angela Bassett
4 times, fam.
Like, I mean, and then everything that they're showing this just showing that they have put every single dollar necessary into making sure that we get the Wakanda we deserve. We got the cast that we deserve. We're getting the storyline that we deserve. We're getting what we deserve. We're getting what we've been waiting on. And even though at first I was kind of like, ugh, why are they waiting so long to release the Black Panther movie? I appreciate the fact that they waited until they got the necessary funding, that they needed to not give us no half-ass Wakanda. I appreciate the fact that Michael B. Jordan is actually going to do a decent job playing this villain, even with him and his little haircut that I'm not a fan of, but sure.
I fucks with the haircut.
No, that's all the more reason to not like it. What else? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope, and all I have to do is survive until then.
Yo,
ASCII God is crazy, fam. When he jumped, anyway, I'm getting to the end preview.
Oh no, please go in.
When he jumped off the building and then stuck his claw into the wheel well.
Not just claw, he stuck his fucking hand.
His whole paw. Bruh, this is gonna be so good.
Now, what's up with the suit? Because I saw people real hype about the suit.
Yeah.
So the suit comes straight from the Ta-Nehisi Coates run,
Mm-hmm.
where the suit is nanotech. So any outfit he's wearing, it just falls off and becomes this Black Panther suit.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter what clothes he's wearing, he always got the suit on.
Yeah, so it's not like Spider-Man having to put on his suit or Iron Man. It's no.
Yeah.
This suit is just it's a pimple on his neck, and then it spreads throughout the whole body and becomes a suit.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
Off in McDonald's, he's ready. Don't matter.
I can nerd out about this trailer so much. Like we got to see M'Baku, aka Man Ape, which thank God Kevin Feige saw the vision to not call that man Ape.
Man ape. I guess I see that they had a whole meeting about that.
Yeah,
and it was really really short.
There is definitely a black.
He just
dude
came in and was just like, no. Next
Like
question.
I see what they're doing to these Dow folks. I don't know, guys. It sounds like a bad idea.
Oh, he probably was like, "Hey guys, we got an all black cast here with like 2 white folks. I don't think calling the cast Man Ape around."
Did you see the great fucking joke of meme that somebody did? It was like the only 2 white people on this freaking poster are Gollum and Bilbo Baggins. And then somebody else came back, they're the Tolkien whites. And I was like, oh, you guys are great. You guys want to come over? Yeah.
But no, like honestly, this is my most anticipated movie. Like, just to let y'all know, my birthday is February 24th. It is now being moved up to February 16th.
Thank you for your
My
time.
mama, hey, you remember when I was born today? No, you remember when I was born today? Hmm?
Yep.
Hmm.
Put you in a home. Better remember.
I'm also excited. I'm also excited to see Deny.
Oh my God, yes.
That's
All
gonna be
these,
great.
like, women-
Lupita. It's all gonna be just too much for me. I can't wait. I have
And
I have the
Go see this
poster as the
time,
background on my phone. So that's what we're talking
What-
about.
what is
I'm
it?
sur-
I'm definitely gonna go see this 2 times in one day.
Oh, absolutely.
2 times. I'm going to
Well-
just sit and I'm going to make sure that I keep assigning myself the same seat. I've already taken off work. Paperwork's already been processed. Like, I got my big purse packed. All I got to do is go.
Do you know how much fried chicken is gonna be in that theater
Right.
for an opening night?
Nah, I'm eating a goosey. I'm keeping it 100 for the people. A goosey and jollof rice with some
I
fufu.
was gonna say,
I'm taking it back.
You gotta get some jollof rice.
Real quick, so Ray, you not feeling Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan to me looks like he's going to be one of the dopest villains they've ever had.
It's specifically the hair. I don't like the hair. That's it.
He looks like a really angry Childish Gambino fan.
Just I don't
Like
like
he's gonna
the
fuck
hair.
up Wakanda and go to a Chance the Rapper concert.
It reminds me a lot of the I
You
don't
got
like the
some old
side
21%.
bang type of thing we got going. It's just not my thing.
Say that one more time. I didn't.
I said I'm not into the like little side swoop bang thing. It's not my thing. It's not.
Hey, all I know is Michael B. Jordan look like he will fuck you up right now.
Whole ass 21 Savage, nigga.
Oh, don't do that to him. Rude.
Oh, he look like-
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not really into it. It looks like he wears clothes that's just a skosh too tight for my taste, but you know, it's whatever. I
He's
understand.
become. I've seen several memes about somebody call him the Wakandan. I saw a meme Wakandan pussy hunter or something like that.
Ooh.
Fam, you see this picture of him on my screen right now. It's man, he's just looking like he's hunting. That's
Right.
So yeah, I'm
So
excited.
that's it for trailers, y'all. Because we went hard on these trailers probably than we expected. I do want to get at least to the Destiny time. Yeah, so let's get to Destiny 2 review. I wish I had more to offer here. I played the first stage. Didn't
Thank
like
you
it.
for your time, Feek. We'll take it from here. So, Destiny 2.
Wait, before y'all gush on it, it's gonna be something shocking. I hate to say it.
You don't like it?
Kind of falling off Destiny 2. Like,
So that's not really any new information.
yeah, it's
To
not.
keep it on it.
It's not catching me, man. Like, I think because I was a hardcore Destiny 1 player,
Yeah.
I'm missing some of the mystery, man. Like, remember the first time Zerg showed up and nobody knew what the fuck he was about?
Yeah.
And this must be what it's like the other side. Because who the fuck is Zerb found?
or the first time Iron Banner happened and it was like, oh shit, it's Iron Banner time, and nobody knew what the fuck Iron Banner was.
Yeah.
Like, that type stuff is
I'm having hopes for the second installment. And everything. This is. I feel a little cheated. The game's super easy. None of you never have to watch your six when you're playing versus the computer.
Hey, except for that Nightfall we tried
No,
last.
no. Well, that's because we couldn't talk. If we could talk, we would have been fine. Plus, we had a random with us. If we had three. We
So
would've
wait
been
a
straight.
minute, y'all niggas didn't text me?
You was at work.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I take that back then. I won't be offended.
Good.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I always hit you. But yeah, fighting against computers super easy. You never have to watch your sick, which is why it's perfect for you to come in right now, Feeq, because I can train you and make you a beast. So hopefully when the second installment comes in, it's not so PvP heavy, because everything right now is PvP heavy. If you're not running Crucible or Iron Banner or Quick Play and stuff like that, then it's tight. And PvP is much improved. A lot of the weapons you can tell are geared towards PvP, and really the weapons and the armor this time, you can really make a build for your character, which is super nerd speak for just basically making sure your character is at its optimal.
So I fucks with that idea.
Yeah.
But so what does it look like? Because so when I hear build, I'm thinking Skyrim, Mass Effect. Like I've tinkered with all these different aspects of a character's stats and the weapons I use, etc. I know I'm new and I don't know shit, but I didn't even see that potential when I was making my character.
You don't even have the chance to do that right now. Right now, what you're doing is playing through a tutorial on the game. They're telling you the story, and then you're learning how to shoot and walk at the same time, and use your powers and all that sort of stuff. That's basically
yeah. I mean, and because what it comes down to for me, the reason, I mean, I'm gonna get back at it maybe this weekend, and of course we got a date, so please don't leave me hanging, y'all.
This is the thing. You got to come get with me. Like when you first start playing Destiny, you should come get with somebody so they can break it down to you, because it's daunting. There's a lot going on. And that's the way the game is built, and they don't explain shit. So you have to get with other people in order to understand what the fuck is going on. There's no way to play this game by yourself and have a good time.
Yeah, you're gonna. And the thing is
that's
that
my problem.
The thing is that the game is one of those games that, like, there's certain things that are just, you, like, if you don't play with other people, you're gonna struggle unnecessarily. It's gonna seem unnecessarily difficult. Something that took like 5 minutes when I had other people running with me would take me 20-30 minutes, because you have so many things that you have to kill. You have so many levels that you have to get through, and like when you do an adventure, there'll be an adventure where it's like 5 or 6 steps, and it'll take you forever to do if you by yourself. If you was running with some niggas, it'd be nothing. So I think that you should definitely find some people to play with, not even just necessarily us. I mean, sure, us, because we're better than everyone, but if you got to find some lessers, then sure.
Yeah, and you'll bump into that as you're running. You'll run strikes and just, you're running with other people. But Space Wakanda is pretty big. We got more than enough people. There's always somebody who's like, oh, I got to start my third character. I'll rerun with you. No problem. I have to start my third character. So I kind of saving it.
That, but I do definitely have 3 characters right now. I said I'm not a big fan, but I definitely have 3 characters, and I've put in over 100 hours in Destiny.
So back to just the game in general, Destiny 2. My take on it is that they were like, okay, we're gonna make the game itself easy for everybody, so new people will pay attention to the storyline. We're gonna bump up PvP. Hopefully we'll get another surprise or 2 before the next installment, whenever the hell that is. But I'm hoping by the next installment we have a better storyline. I'm back to watching my back and really worrying about what's going on. But I am taking advantage of the moment right now, really digging into armor and weapons, reading, figuring out how to really build my character. And so when I'm in my solar subclass, I got it for Crucible, then it's tight. I don't have to worry about it, because that shit really makes a difference this year. Like if you don't have your resilience up and stuff like that, you can't just run a Crucible. You get clapped.
Yeah, if it's really one of those games where it can really get down to the nuts and bolts of the game. So as for me, I've been enjoying Destiny 2. I do kind of feel the same way, in the sense of like, well, when I started playing Destiny 1, everything was already out. So there was already a limited amount of shit that I could be doing, by the time I got into the game. So now this is a new experience for me coming into the game being brand new, not having not have, hitting a point where I don't have anything else, not necessarily don't have anything else to do, but the story is done, so I got strikes I can do and like the Crucible and all that other stuff, but there's not more story for me to play. And so what I've been trying to do is just improve at other parts of the game, like for example PvP. I've never really played very much PvP in general. I don't play that much now, but like just trying to get better at certain aspects of the game, because I do notice that like the Iron Banner and Crucible and what is the other one? Trials of the Nine, was it?
Trials of the Nine. Yeah.
Trials of the Nine, like that's people's shit. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to be able to shoot things that aren't programmed by the game to go a certain way.
And you do good for somebody who's just jumping into shooters, shit going 1.0. Within the first month, like that's good.
Look at you.
I mean, and I thought that because I was thinking about the other day, I was like, well, damn, how long have I had my game? Because I'm probably gonna have to renew my Xbox subscription. I've only had my game for 6 months.
Oh, there you go.
And so, it's like I said, it seems like they're making a gateway for anybody who wants to get into the game, to come on, get into the game. And I hope this is a, trains getting ready to leave the station. Shit's getting ready to get tough in the second installment type of situation. Because if it's like this for the next, probably super good. I'm gonna find something. Like I said, at this point, like Ray said, at this point, I'm working on my build. I'm figuring out which weapons I like. I'm dumping stuff out of my vault. I'm just kind of getting ready because I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat, but that's kind of what we experienced with Destiny 1. Like after it's that content drought shit where we run through it, and to keep in mind, Destiny is an 80 to 100 hour game. It's just the fact that niggas play Destiny like it's going out of style.
Maniacs.
So like
I haven't even beat the raid yet while I'm sitting here talking shit.
Right. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to going through it. I just don't.
So for you, Feeq, you would be interested in the story at first?
I'm not even, it's not even that a story has to be all that great, but I need the campaign mode, so to speak, to be compelling.
Well, this is the thing.
Do you like Space Romans?
One at a time.
Go ahead, Ceewhy.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, do you like Space Romans?
Space Romans?
Yeah, like 40 Warhammer, 40K, that type shit.
I never played any of those.
Like, but that's basically what this story is. It's a bunch of Space Romans, and they fucking shit up, and they come to.
Oh, you talking about the actual story? The actual story started well enough. I didn't know what was going on, but it was interesting. It was well done. But
this is how it becomes compelling. This is how it becomes more compelling. The storyline is what it is, right? I mean, the first time that I'm running through shit, I don't always catch all of the storyline. It's kind of like anime. I don't know if you do this, but when I'm watching the anime at first, sometimes I have to rewatch it in order to catch everything, especially if there's titles, right? Because there's so much going on. So when you first play through it, you're going to hear what's going on. But it becomes compelling when not really compelling, but more fun when you get with your squad and you're like, okay, we need this weapon. Let's go do this side mission to get this weapon so we can make this easier and do this and get that. Like, it becomes compelling and fun because of the people that you run it. Because if you run it with no mic and no headphones,
Aaron.
Yeah, that was a jab.
I got
that was
my concern is like stuff like that is some of the least compelling stuff for me, unless it's like so I'll like in say a Final Fantasy, I will do the side mission to get the super weapon as a completionist thing. Because I wanna also go, I don't know, maybe I will fuck with it because it sounds the same. Because I will do the side mission to get to ultimate weapons to get the limit break so that I can go fight the legendary monster and beat him. But I'm usually only gonna do that once.
See, but the thing is that the other reason why you would want to go and get the super weapon is because when you play with other people, I think the competitive edge will come out of you. Because one thing that got me like really grinding hard in Destiny was like, why is these niggas just breezing through and shooting him like that? And then Ceewhy was like, oh, you have to modify your guns. So then I'm like, oh, okay. So then I start modifying my guns and leveling my shit up. I think that the competitive edge of you not wanting to be the what is it, the Bambi deer leg of the group, not wanting to be the nigga with the limp leg in the back getting drug along in the game will push your competitive edge for you to be like, okay, well, I need to do these certain things to get better weapons, to level up my light, to be able to get to do these other missions, because there are certain missions where if you're not at a certain level, you can't do it. Period. You're a squishy ass nigga and you can't do it. Or there's other things where it's just like you're going to be playing and then you're going to get shot and you're going to die immediately because you don't have your shit up to par, and you're going to want to do it so that you can continue on the game and people don't have to keep on picking you up and all that other stuff. So
this is the other thing about Destiny. It is fucking beautiful.
I will say that much is true from even just a short part I played.
Yeah. So don't. The game's meant to be.
I mean, no, I'm not giving up on it because I paid $60 for it. So we gonna be in there. And so Saturday night, I expect y'all to be around.
Well,
just clear your calendars.
Hey, look, this is the other thing about Destiny. Niggas do make time to play. Like niggas would be like, hey, Saturday we'll run a Nightfall because Nightfall can take a couple hours. So if you're gonna be there, be there.
Don't run Nightfall. Saturday is Nightfall sounds dangerous.
Oh yeah, trust
Saturday,
me, you're not running nobody's Nightfall.
Playground
right now.
mode. I don't know.
Trust, I got it.
All right. Wave pool.
Yeah, you're not dealing with this Nightfall.
No.
Not this week.
No. I'm a good seafood. I got you. I'm gonna get you right.
So, yeah, man, that's the Destiny 2 review, man. I think overall, I think it's a hell of a game, but it just needs more. Yeah.
Can we make the tower smaller, please?
Can you not
run 5 miles just to turn my shit in?
Right, like Sloan all the way on one side and fucking Icor all the way on the other. Like, really, nigga? Come on, bro.
Does anybody notice how that hawk sometimes is just like vibrating on the stand? It looks real gross.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is what it is, though.
Hawks need love.
Yeah, let's do the TV, and we can just get to the other shit later because we got to wrap up.
Wrap it on now.
So fall TV is back. We got Inhumans, Flash, Arrow, Gotham. Who else came back this week or last week?
That's enough.
Walking Dead, nigga, coming back on Sunday. Walking Dead, and
Legends of Tomorrow came back.
When is
Punisher this month, right?
I'm watching Mindhunter. Anybody watch Mindhunter yet?
No.
Actually, I do want to get into Mindhunter. I haven't watched it yet.
The first episode is awful. Everything after that is pretty cool. It might be more interesting to me just because I'm basically doing the same shit that the guys doing in real life, in terms of like researching psychopaths. So like I find it way more interesting. It may be to everybody else. I don't know, because it's not what you think it is. I'll say that. And that's all I got to say for this segment because I haven't watched any of these shows.
Just real quick, when is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming back?
Oh, that's not coming back for 6 weeks. It comes back when Inhumans ends.
Okay, I can wait for that. Well, guys, I gotta run, so I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Then.
Wait. You can't.
Why?
Because I didn't do the backup. Remember, I've been dropping.
Okay, that's fine. Well, y'all just keep going, and I'll just cut out all the extra when I get back. I won't be gone long.
Okay.
I'll cut this part out too. Keep going.
All right.
Peace.
So yeah, man. Fall TV is back. It honestly was just a quick update just to let everybody know to go back to their favorite shows. You know, Walking Dead's coming back. I'm pretty sure, right? Coming back.
Expect some recap shows probably.
Yeah.
I think y'all been threatening the Walking Dead recap for like 3 seasons now. It's about that time.
This will be when Raven leaves when y'all want to turn into dickheads when we start talking about the Walking Dead.
No, I wasn't trying to turn into a dickhead.
I wasn't trying to be a dickhead. I was excited for y'all to finally do something y'all been wanting to do.
You hear? Hey, I'm sure the Walking Dead it didn't get canceled, did it?
I mean, it should have gotten canceled.
I don't know when Walking Dead. I don't know when Walking Dead comes back. So I thought it was coming back this week.
You are all seeing nigga. You know you jabbing me. It's cool. You are the all-seeing nigga of the squad. You always know when
that is true. Aaron never misses a piece of information.
Even the shit he doesn't like. I hate Destiny, but I'm on my 3rd character though.
Right. You know, Destiny's 3 is coming out in 2021.
Wait. He's like Zer in the squad. I swear to God.
Oh, no, I don't know what's going on.
My wisdom is not of mine; it is of the 9.
But yeah, man, that was me just kind of telling everybody to go watch their favorite shows and write into us about them.
Right. Check out Mindhunter. Good
shows coming up for y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's with that being said, let's kind of wrap it up, man. I think we've kind of doing this long enough. I'll go and say I'm looking forward to Black Panther. February 16th is my new birthday. Also, Destiny 2, get your shit together. I want some more content. It's really good, but
Fuck you, Fox. Fox and eat a dick.
man, Fox, don't just stop. Just fucking. Hey, by the way, Feek, did you know that the new X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix, wrapped? You ain't heard shit about that movie.
Hold on, there's a new X-Men movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix.
It's already done.
Yeah, they rap.
This is
According
straight-
to Will Aaron just said.
Leprechaun 2, nigga. What the...
Yeah, it wrapped and nobody heard a word
I
about
don't
it.
have a table near me.
Who's in it?
Same people from the last really bad X-Men movie.
Yeah, yeah. And
bruh.
and the Shi'ar are supposed to be in it. That means
Oh, that really hurt. Oh God.
got to go to space. I don't know who they got as Lalandra, but yeah, bro. It's Fox, man. Get your shit together, dog. Get your shit together.
Man.
It's so.
What
it's
about you,
just-
Steve?
I don't have nothing left, man. Like I had a bad day, and I don't want to talk about the New Mutants and that bullshit. I hope it's a good movie to watch at least. I just wish Hollywood was in a different state of mind because somebody just wanted to make a horror movie with more supernatural elements than usual, and that sounds dope. Like a horror movie where everybody has superpowers sounds amazing. But don't make it the New Mutants. The New Mutants was supposed to be X-Men meets Dawson's Creek. That's what the New Mutants is.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all.
Not like
I don't know.
X-Men meets Saw
Yeah.
or Scream because it's a teen slasher. I don't fucking
But it's
know.
probably not even gonna be scarier than the Scarecrow episodes on Gotham. Like, those were good for like. So, yeah. Mm-mm.
I feel bad for anybody playing against Alex Smith in fantasy football tonight.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, that was a little random.
I don't.
What about you, CY?
Everything. I forgot. What are we supposed to be talking about? What we learned?
No, we'll
Something along those lines.
just some wrap up stuff. Anything you want to talk about before we get up out of here?
Oh, I agree with most of the stuff you said. Destiny, tighten up, please. Definitely looking forward to this holiday season with movies and everything ending in February. That's gonna be nuts.
Right. Looking forward to Thor. I want to throw that out there. Even though we didn't talk about it tonight, definitely looking forward to that because Marvel keeps it consistent.
We're probably gonna do just definitely for Thor. But yeah, I'm feeling good about nerddom. There's some fuck ups going on, but Nintendo Switch is popping. Destiny 2 is out. We're about to get Black Panther movies and Thor Ragnarok. Nerddom is thriving right now, so it's good.
No doubt. So, Feet, how we in the show?
I don't remember.
Oh, come on, Feet. Don't do that.
The Room Podcast? Peace.
This has been another episode of the Room Podcast. You can find us a couple different ways. BlackAstronautspodcast@gmail.com. Leave us a 5-star review. We guarantee to read it on the show. We have not talked about 5-star reviews in a minute. We ain't got a 5-star review in a minute. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's a free way to help support. Yeah, man, we'll be back with another room probably for Thor Ragnarok. That'll be the next room recap that we do, and we'll go from there. So
Indeed.
until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
So I guess
Rae did not give me that password. I'll just message her.
All right,
All right.
y'all.
Peace.
Holla.
Peace.